What's up, hooligans? It's your girl Lisa. Boy, oh boy, have I had it rough for the last couple of days. So, I ended up having to get taken to the hospital by ambulance. I ended up having to get transferred to a bigger hospital, and I'm still not feeling too good. No, I don't have corona. So, let's start from the beginning and fill you hooligans in on what exactly happened and why I haven't posted in a while. So let's get started. So, I've been having some back pain in my back between my shoulder blades. And so I went to the emergency room and they said they think I have a herniated disc. So this doctor kept trying to give me Dilaudid. If you know what Dilaudid is, it's extremely not potent, I wouldn't say poisonous, but like extremely powerful narcotic drug. And so I'm like, no, I don't want that, I don't want it. Then he tried to give me Toradol, which I can't take Toradol because of my POTS. It makes me really sick and really dizzy and really nauseated. And so he ended up giving me 2 Tylenol, a Motrin, and some steroids, and a tiny bit of Dilaudid. So I went home that night and I didn't really feel any better. The next morning I woke up and my arms were completely numb. I could not move them very good or anything, and I was really getting scared. And every time I would lean forward, like the feeling in them would come back. But if I was sitting back like I am right now, they would be numb. So I told Kenny, I said, can you please go get my prescriptions filled? He gave me some steroids and some like spasm medicine for whatever reason, I don't know, and Percocet. And I don't like taking any kind of heavy pain pill at all because I don't like feeling groggy and bleh. It really scares me and freaks me out because I can't tell if it's my heart or not. Well, so I told Kenny, I said, can you please give me a Narco, which is like an extreme generic version of some other pill, I don't remember. But what happened was somebody or somehow took my last Narco pill out of the bottle and put a different pill in there. And it happened to be a 300 milligram pill. And I took it, and Kenny gave it to me not thinking, because we are very strict with our medicines that we do take because we have 2 kids in the house. Well, when this pill started to kick in, my body didn't know what to do because it was a 300 milligram, very potent pill, and my body started to have muscle spasms. My heart rate was speeding. I was very disoriented. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I kept nodding out. So Kenny called the ambulance, and he didn't realize it yet at this time that it wasn't the pill that I asked him to give me. So I'm in the emergency room. Or no, the ambulance came and they said that my blood pressure was super dangerously low, but my heart rate was in the 200s. Like, I could feel it. Like, I thought my heart was going to explode. It was racing so fast and so hard. So they take me to the emergency room right down the street from my house. I literally live like 4 houses away from the emergency room. And they tell me, Kenny can't come with me. My mom and dad can't come up there. I have to be there alone. And as you all know if you watched why I made my YouTube channel. I have like extreme anxiety. Like, I don't go anywhere without Kenny or my mom or my dad because I'm afraid I'm gonna pass out and have a seizure. So I'm sitting there and my anxiety is like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm here alone. Mind you, there's 21 cases of the COVID-19 here in my town. 10 of them are hospitalized in this hospital that I was currently in. So that's playing in my head. The doctor kept coming in and Kenny texted me and he said, oh my god, babe. He said, that pill wasn't a narco. And I sent him a screenshot of a pill and I said, is this the pill that you gave me? And he said, yes. So I immediately tell the doctor, I said, this is what I took. It wasn't a narco. I think this is what's going on. So they keep coming in and out, in and out. Mind you, they put an IV in me and they gave me like 3 bags of saline solution. Oh, I'm so sorry, excuse me. And then he says, we can't get your heart rate down. It was in the 200s and up. So he said, we're worried about hyperthyroidism or whatever. Mind you, I don't even think they're taking me seriously about this pill. I mean, so I tell them this and they're like, oh, we think you have hyperthyroidism. I'm like, no, because all this just started. And meanwhile, my body is still like tensing up in all my joints. My elbows, my knees, they will have like these intense just spasms to the point where like I'm cringing up, like, you know, and I'm so scared. I'm alone, you know, I don't like being alone, period. And he's like, we're gonna keep you overnight to watch you. And then they come in and they take blood. Which, thank God, I quit drinking caffeine and only water, so my veins were okay, and they got the IV in and the blood right away. They didn't have to poke me 950 times like they always do. And then he comes back in and he's like, well, with your heart rate as high as it is and we can't get it down, we're going to transfer you to either Toledo or Sandusky. Instantly my heart rate goes up, obviously, because I'm scared, because that's like 30 minutes to Sandusky, an hour or more to, depending on which side of Toledo they're going to transfer me. Mind you, Toledo has like hundreds of COVID cases. Sandusky has in the 50s. I'm like, can't I catch COVID-19 going there? I'm thinking to myself, why would you put me at risk? Why, you know? And he goes, well, you can catch COVID-19 here. You're at risk here too. You're at risk even going outside. All rude like that. And I'm like, why would you be treating me like this right now when all this is going on and you're a doctor? You're supposed to be comforting people, you know? Like, why? And I said, well, I'm going to have to call my husband and tell him I have 2 little kids at home and I can't just be transferred somewhere and them not know where I'm at. He goes, well, it doesn't matter. Because he's not going to be able to go with you. He's not going to be able to go to the hospital. He's not going to be able to see you. Because of all the COVID-19 stuff. So I start crying. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't be without my people, you know. And so they said the transfer people are going to come and get you around 8:30. So I'm texting Kenny. Kenny's freaking out, you know, because he doesn't know what to do. He feels so horrible. He blames himself still for it. And I keep telling him, no, it's not your fault because I know that pill wasn't in there. I know it wasn't in there. Somehow, something happened, and it was a big mistake. It's nobody's fault. So they transfer me. They didn't come and get me until like 10:30 that night. So, and the ambulance guy was not a very good driver. He was speeding, and they didn't even know how to get to Firelands Hospital, which they decided to take me to Sandusky, which was closer. And I get there. They come in and they're so nice. The people at Firelands Regional Medical or whatever in Sandusky are so good. They are so nice. The doctors and the nurses. I love that hospital more than I do our hospital. My nurse comes in and she's like, I'm going to hook you up to a heart monitor. And they take all my IVs out. So all I'm hooked up to at this point is heart monitors, EKG machines all over me to keep down my heart. And she goes, and I'm so sorry, this is going to be uncomfortable, but I'm going to have to check you for COVID-19. And I'm like, okay. So she comes over with this little plastic thing. It's not a Q-tip, you guys. It's a plastic, rigid, like a tree. You know how little kids draw Christmas trees that go like this? Well, it was like that. And if she put it in this nostril, she put it in that nostril, and she goes. So she comes and she goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she pulls it out, and my nose just starts bleeding all over the place. I'm like, oh my god, you know, it hurt so immensely bad, you guys. I'm telling you, hooligans, like, I thought she touched my brain. I really did. So I'm like, holy shit, that hurt. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I know it's not pleasant. Every 3 hours they come in and take blood from this arm right here. As you can see, I don't have any bruising. Oh, probably because it's right there. Oh, you can see a little bruise right there. But, and here's my IV. It looks horrible because I got that done at Magruder. And then one right here too. So you can't really see it, but it's really bruised. My nose still hurts. But, so I wasn't hooked up to an IV at all while I was there. I was literally just laying there in the hospital on a heart monitor. So this whole time, I did have my cell phone, but it was at like 60%. So I'm like thinking, you're going to be okay because you have your cell phone and you can text Kenny, you can FaceTime Kenny or whatever. But then in my head, I'm thinking, if you message him too much, your phone's going to die faster, and then you're not going to have any communication with your people, your mom, your dad, Kenny, anybody. So, like, every time I would text him, I'd clear everything so that, and put it on battery saver mode. So they kept coming in, and all night she was coming in, and she's like, your heart rate's amazing, your heart rate's good, your heart rate's fine, your heart rate's not techie, it's not high, nothing. So I'm thinking, like, I really think the pill is what made me so sick, because, I mean, I've never took it before, and it was such a high dosage. So I'm sitting there all day and all night, you know, and I'm scared, I'm lonely, because, like, even the nurses didn't stay in there very long, and when they had to come in, they had to put these plastic suits on, and I swear I'm not exaggerating, they had plastic suits on and face masks. Some of them had like face shield things on. They'd come and do what they had to do and leave. You know, they didn't really ask how I was doing or anything, but it wasn't like they were being neglectful. They just, I understand they were probably scared, you know, because I was the only one on that entire floor. She said, you're the only person on this floor. So the doctor finally comes in, and he's like checking my vitals and everything, and he's like, your heart rate's fine. He said, your blood work didn't show you have any thyroidism, any hyperthyroidism or whatever, which was the reason that Magruder sent me there to begin with. He goes, I'm going to do a Doppler on your heart, see if you have any fluid around your heart. He goes, because that could sometimes make your heart rate skyrocket like that. And then I told him, I said, you don't think it was the pill? And he goes, well, let me look at this Doppler first. And then he goes, there's no fluid, nothing. He goes, I really think the majority of your problems was that pill. So, hooligans, they sent me over there to lay in a bed for 2 days or whatever, longer, for nothing. And then he's like, well, I'm going to let you go home. You can go home. There's nothing, you know. He goes, I said, do I have to worry about my thyroid now? Should I talk to my family doctor about it? He goes, no. He said, your thyroid panel was perfect. He said it wasn't elevated or nothing. So I'm like so upset that I had to sit there all that time away from my kids and my family and everything. And so I'm like, okay. And he goes, you can call your loved one to come get you. And I'm like, okay, you know. So I was so excited. The nurse comes in and she's like, yeah, we're gonna discharge you. And I called Kenny, and he was there in like 15 minutes. Everybody was so worried about me. So I get home and everything, and I'm laying here, and I still don't feel well, you guys. Like, I'm shaky, and I'm nauseated, and like, I call my family doctor for mailman. I call my family doctor for the follow-up, and I go in there, and she's checking me, and my heart rate's high. I instantly get like super nervous, you guys. I'm like, oh my god. And Kenny's holding my hand. He's like, babe, it's okay. I'm like, they're gonna make me go back. I was like, please don't make me go back there alone, you know. I was like, I don't want to go alone. I don't like being alone. And then she comes in and she checks my temperature, and it's 100.1. I'm like, shit. She goes, you're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to make you go sit in your car, and we're gonna have to call you on your cell phone, and the doctor will call you there, because we're trying to keep everybody who has a temperature out of the office for their safety and everything. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So my family doctor, he is amazing. He's also through Firelands, which he's really cool. And he was talking to me, and he's like, I'm sorry to make you feel like a leper having to kick you out of the office. He said, it's just for safety. And I was like, it's no problem. And he said that my heart rate was a little high, but it wasn't extremely high. So he said that he's not too worried about it because I have POTS and my heart rate's always high. But it is techie, he said. He said, I was so afraid he was going to make me have to go back to the hospital. He's like, there's no way I'm going to make you go back to the hospital. He goes, that would just put you at higher risk of getting COVID. And at this point, I still haven't got my results back for my COVID-19 test. So I'm like, I have a temperature. I'm scared, you know. And he said, he looked on there, and they said that it came back negative. So I don't have COVID-19, but he said they took it right when I got there. And I stayed there all that night and all that next day. So I could still be exposed to it. So I have to self-quarantine for 2 weeks, you guys. So I can't really do anything for 2 weeks. So I'm not, like, I don't have it. They don't think. But I had developed a little bit of a cough. But I think it's just because I haven't been moving around a lot, which I need to, so I don't get, like, blood clots and shit. But I'm telling you what, you guys. That was the worst experience of my life, being away from my family and my animals, even though he's being a pain in the butt right now. And then yesterday, I'm trying to get clothes out of my closet, and I have this really pretty curtain that covers our closet because it doesn't have a door on it. And I stepped on the curtain, and the rod came out, and it bashed me right on top of the head. So I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So I was like, I cried because I'm still so emotional about this, you guys. Like, I don't know. I'm a wimp. So Kenny comes in, he's like, it's okay, you're okay. And he looked at it, and he was like, there's no bruise or bump or cut or anything. So I get dressed, and my chest, you guys, is raw from, see these marks? These are from all these heart monitors. Hold on. See, it's raw all over me. I got these raw spots on my chest, on my hips, everywhere. So I get dressed and to go to my doctor's appointment. I'm putting a deodorant on, you know, and I grab my perfume and I go, hooligans. It burned so bad because I sprayed right on my raw spots. Oh my gosh. Whew. It hurts so bad. I'm like, I can't catch a break for nothing. I really can't. But that's where I've been, and that's what I've been up to for the last 4 or 5 days. Having caffeine withdrawals, I have a migraine, I'm shaky, I'm pukey, I'm nauseated, and I'm slowly feeling better. I feel a lot better today than I have the last couple of days. I have to check my heart rate and blood pressure every 3 hours. So, forgive your girl if your videos are lame for a little while, because I can't do anything for a while. But my doctor said that if my heart rate if it goes to like 140 or something for a consistent time to call, if my heart rate goes to like 140 for a consistent amount of time, to call him back, and he will give me some medicine to lower my heart rate. He said he's not going to make me go back to the hospital. So that made me feel so much better. But other than that, you guys, I greatly appreciate it if you will leave a like on this, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't, And send some prayers if you believe in that. If not, some good vibes so I can get to feeling a little bit better. I greatly appreciate all my family who've been sending a month's amount of prayers to me. It helps, I believe. It really does help. And I will try to come up with something fun and enjoyable other than seeing me talk to you guys because I know y'all ain't interested in this. But it's the life of a person who has problems, I guess. But other than that, guys, check out Grime Time Garage, which is Kenny's channel. He has a good video up, and he's going to be doing a haul on the IROX D28 barn find. He's going to be helping my dad restore it and getting it back running. Go check out Manny Fanny Fun Time or whatever it is. It's my niece Emma and Silas's YouTube channels. I will leave links to both of their channels down below. And stay home, you guys, because that COVID-19 test is no joke. And as always, wash your hands, 6 feet distancing, and stay golden. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, guys, here we go.
We have this.
Whoa, that's slow.
Perfect.
So, it's my blood pressure is 32 over 87.
132.
Oh, 132 over 87. And they said 120 over 80 is normal. So, this is normal, I guess. And my pulse is only 78, which is good because it hasn't been under 80s and 90s. So, that's really good, hooligans. So, yay!